afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, off here to a 1 vs 1 on Sumoski Winter. We shall be watching Garzia fighting here for the Wehrmacht, for the Reich, for the Kampfgruppe Wolf. With Lightning War, Mechanized Assault and Mobile Defense here with a bit of infantry and a Tiger Bulletin versus RedxWings. Just needs another RedxWings match this soon. Bit short on interesting replays after that patch. So, anyways, we've got here, and he's actually gone for a Soviet Reserve Army. That's a bit of a rare one to see. Also noting we've got these Drafniki there, but also we got bullets in here for making the mines cheaper as well, amongst other things. A bit interesting there, a bit interesting there. Engineers bring hit. There's a dual engineer start, Strafniki on the way, versus a dual pioneer start over here from Garzia with grenadiers. So dual pioneers versus dual engineers, grenadiers already out on the field. So initially Garzia will have a slight advantage then with troops on the field compared to his opponent, though of course the Strafniki will be able to turn it around here rather swiftly here for RedxWings. They're equipped with the SVT 40 semi-automatic rifles. It was, I believe, the intention for the Soviet Army actually to be fully equipped with those. In that regard, Soviet infantry doctrine was a bit similar to the American, that is, in terms of weapons. They were supposed to be equipped with semi-automatics, machine guns being less of a priority, thus still a bit old. But Soviet Army never really got around to that, so while units were on a sort of, you know, mixed bases across the place. Little fun fact there, though. Got engineers heading towards Ascendant, northern point, that means also behind you. Got second Strafniki unit there arriving, grenadiers arriving as well. 2 scores there so far. We got combat engineers coming down here. Shots fired there against the grenadiers. Taking up in the church says they're going to make things a bit more awkward here. They'll have full chance to shoot up there from the church compared to the grenadiers, who might be in a less fortunate situation. Though comparatively, I mean, there's less windows on this side than this one, so they are not too poorly off. In this case, we do see a full retreat here from Garzia, feeling the situation is not to his advantage at all. He fell back immediately. Also got to push in, noting by the way he's got first move to the building just in case. We got more to their arriving, probably response to already buildings being occupied and turns against Garzia's Soldaten. Full up there with the scout car, few point there and few point here about to be secured. Another fall back there. Not sure then what Garzia is intending here. I mean, he just fell back, so he's still moving up here. I mean, he could at the very least got into the building. Now he falls back again instead of just getting back into the building. Not entirely sure what Garzia is thinking there. Maybe he's getting a bit skittish. I don't know. Maybe he's just taking absolutely zero chances. Either way, though, we got a scout car here for RedxWings. He's getting closer to the first irregular unit. Points there secured. They're secure as well. We got the grenadiers moving up to deal with the combat engineers, who will then certainly be pushed off the field. Scout car rolling. And there we go, we got the irregulars out. Get a 50 caliber fire there. There we go, we got the irregulars joining in. 3 grenadiers, 1 mortar here, 2 pioneers, 1 with a flamethrower hit for Garzia, but at the same time the scout kid's causing a bit of problem. Then again, he's not really getting off a lot of damage at the moment, despite having a 50 cal mounted there. RedxWings still securing most of the map. Strafniki got great with the flamethrower. We've got the first DP unit there, but irregular unit there, moving up with dual DPs, increasing their firepower somewhat. Grenadiers once more find themselves run off here as the penal troops advance. Mortar troop getting into trouble as well, prompting Garzia to pull that out on top of everything else. Got mines going down here for him. Another regular unit, this time equipped with a Stirling light machine gun from the Germans. And there we go, popping the regular unit inside the scout car, forming a rather machine gun heavy vehicle. RedxWings forming up here for the 210th Rifle Corps. By the way, if I hadn't mentioned that, I think I actually forgot about that one. Got so caught on someone actually using Cert Reserve Army, but also having a bulletin like this, which is also, I think that's the first time I've seen someone actually have that one, actually, come to think of it. So a little fun fact, they've got the Pioneers on the run. So far though, the Russians aren't getting off a lot of hits. They're probably doing about too much, which definitely decreases accuracy. Point there being secured. We got more Strafniks, so 3 of those, 2 irregulars, and some engineers. You could also consider upgrading here, so they for example get anti-tank grenades, which would certainly help a bit there. Of course, that is ultimately up here to RedxWings. Man, I never imagined I'd be out here fighting. Anyways, got the Scout car there rolling down some grenades. Looks like a mine there was actually leaving some of the grenades in a bad position. Scout car pursuing. Not actually getting off a lot of damage there again, though. He might have sort of stopped up. And there you go, Grenadiers counter-attacking, threatening with Panzerfaust. Center secure. We got 4 Grenadiers and 1 more here for Garzia. We got Tech up as well, so I'd like to make a nice company. Could follow soon. The engineers continue their advance as well. Garzia though holding centre west of the map. The rest of the map those are more or less in the hands of RedxWings, at least for the time being. Assault going up here. Flamethrowers pouring deadly volumes of fire. There you go. Light machine gunners with the help of a grenade there leave those Pioneers in a very bad spot. And there you go, Pioneer unit wiped. In fact, he lost a flamethrower on top of that there, so that's a bit of a harsh loss there to Garzia within the first few minutes of the game. Like to make a nice companies up. He could go for a half track, he could go for the scout car, or he could aim for Panzer Grenadier. The options are there. The scout car certainly though would help the Soviet scout car, and there we go. That is what is on the way. Mines up there finished. I'm not sure how much of this, that might be 1 or 2 munitions less, so you really need to put down a lot of mines to sort of really get any savings on that. I'm confident in, I suspect. Oh, the mine there went off, killing the crew, but somehow surprisingly leaving the irregular unit completely unharmed. Good thing we wore seatbelts. Got the Grenadiers firing, got mortars hammering down there. Just I think he forced to fall back. There we go, got the GP or irregulars there holding the rear. Shots there going off. Piotr got absolutely smashed into the ground. With more penal troops around to support. The searchers, by the way, were not the only ones to actually use them. The Germans were actually pretty keen users on penal troops as well, though probably not quite on the same scale, though, I believe, as the Soviets. But they did see service, I believe, pretty much all fronts, including the Western Front. There's nothing in there. So we got the scout car there hammering in. Auto cannon already mounted there. Threatening to cut down some Russians. In the end, though, not a lot were actually killed there. In fact, no one were. Garzia pushing back. So far, there's nothing else really here for RedxWings at the moment. He's got some anti-tank grenades up. That's only on the irregulars, and I'm not entirely sure that's going to stop the scout car. He'd be more lucky and basically hoping it hits a mine. So in that regard, it might be timely for RedxWings, by the way, who's got fuel enough to actually consider taking up, maybe aiming either for the SS-60 active fonders using a Soviet, or maybe just some regular armor could also do the trick. There you go, mine went off. Fritz, well, was fritzed. There you go, scout car striking this time around, actually getting a kill for the fatherland. Fuel slowly getting to the hands here of Garzia. No sign of anything further here from RedxWings, by the way, who will be missing out on a bit there of his doctrine, considering he's got absolutely zero conscripts. I mean, assault packages there, but also the repair kits, which could otherwise be helpful. Of course, he would get those conscripts if he used rapid conscription later in the game. I mean, that could actually work out pretty decently. One word to think in that direction. Additional flamethrowers, and there we go. We got the Tank Battalion Command going up here for the Soviet forces. Garzia, though, not adding anything further at the time being there. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grenadiers, though. That's an awful lot there. A partner would say he might want to consider not instead of all those grenadiers to go for some panzer grenadiers who do work reasonably well there versus the Soviets. I think that might have been a slightly better choice there for Garzia. Mine went off there. Minor lost it for Garzia. But considering the force he's got, he should probably consider lightning war, since with tactical movement, relief infantry and Jaeger light infantry upgrades over the one that benefited his heavy infantry play the most. If one to look at it that, or rather simply put, RedxWings doing what he can to push back his fascist opponent. Tank V battalion command almost up. He could easily then get a T-3476 or a T-70. Now we actually got Panzer Grenadier adding into Garzia's force, so the Kampf over here clearly infantry heavy. So far, light on vehicles or armor. Kampfgruppe basically being sort of the name for any kind of battle group the Germans assembled for any kind of more specific purpose. Taking a point, holding a point, and so on. Though it could also be used to sort of designate any group that is sort of quickly slapped together for those purposes. Usually those sort of more formal ones, usually formed out of sort of, well, general bases out of a division's assets. Then again, it could also be sort of quickly put together. And in other times, it could also basically just refer to the remnants of a division. For example, during Market Garden, the remnants of the 9th and 10th Panzer, SS Panzer divisions were basically referred to as Kampfgruppen instead of as full divisions, because that was all in terms of strength that were left. So, little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. And we actually got... Oh, he's actually using infantry awareness. That is very rare to see someone actually use that one. In this case, he probably wasn't expecting that to attack right there. Only Irregulars, who's now running into the building, though, through the deep snow. In front of the scout car, perhaps not fully the wisest idea. We got a lot of Germans there streaming forth. 4 Grenadier squads. That's an awful lot of angry Germans. We got the Panzer Grenadier here covering the western road of the village. You might want to not, you know, send in half the German army here to deal with a single unit of irregulars. Looks like Garzia is a fan of overkill. There we go. Wiped. DP drop at the same time. They got the T-34-6 moving in. Panzer here doing their best versus the Russians. Need their Sturmgewehr. That comes there flanking in. Also, usually a Kampfgruppe would, if not, you know, formed out of the remnants of a division, usually be named after whatever officer was commanding it. So, little fun fact there. Again, little fun fact.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
T-34-76 shifting. Terrible miss. Either way, though, he did manage to get that scout car, denying Garzia a bit of mobility there versus RedxWings, who's calling in fresh irregulars. Panzer Grenadier all the way through the back of the base. We've got Pack 40 on the way. Garzia could consider now checking up, going for some armor himself. Or he might be playing for a doctrinal call-in. Of course, he could also just go for mobile defense, calling the Puma. Or I suppose he might feel cheeky and just try to play for a Tiger. So, cancelled there by the Grenadiers. Not a bad choice there by the RedxWings. And there we go, we got DP Grenadiers there versus the Irregulars. Fire poured up from one of the tallest windows inside the church. Looks like someone's showing off. Look, buddies, what I can do. Get away before you light the entire place on fire. And we're going to get pushed away. Mortar here doing what it can. 4 kills, closing on the veterans here too. Still, there's a T-34, and we got actually a T-70 to support the T-34 here for RedxWings, probably to deal with the infantry more specifically. And he's getting more Grenadiers. Looks like this is a very infantry-heavy Kampfgruppe indeed. So certainly infantry would generally sort of be a larger part of a Kampfgruppe. Though in general, I mean, if you were to sort of look at a Panzer division, there would usually be formed 3 Kampfgruppen out of it. One of those usually sort of based around the infantry battalions, not mounted in armoured half-tracks. That would then usually have a lower component of armour and other bits with it. usually the less mobile one. I suppose that could be it. But 6 grenadiers and a squad of panzer grenadiers. I'm not entirely sure what Garcia is thinking, but he's definitely going very infantry. I mean, he can certainly pressure RedxWings in that regard then very heavily, push across the map, outmaneuver him, because RedxWings only got about 5 infantry squads in comparison. I mean, he's definitely been undergunned. On the other hand, though, RedxWings does possess an armor advantage, and certainly the T-70 in particular could very easily negate any kind of, infantry advantage that Garzia might have. So in that regard, overall, when looking at things, I'm not entirely sure why Garzia is going so heavy on infantry. I think in part he would better off going for some fuel cache and again taking up getting some armor. Regular, non-doctrinal armor. I definitely feel this is Garzia overreaching a bit beyond what is healthy. Getting a second pack 40 there. Reinforcing. RedxWings himself could also, I think, benefit from a fuel cache or two. Nothing wrong in that. There you go, Panzer Grenadier in trouble. T-70 opening up this 45mm gun. Meanwhile, engineers up north are losing it to the Grenadiers now. With several DPs here. They actually got 3 of those. That's not really a good statistic there for the Russians.
You have orders?
Apparently, RedxWings has had to replace them a few times by now. Pack 40 covering the main village road. Nothing going on there, stillness on a tech up. It certainly feels like he's going to sort of aim for any kind of doctrinal armor. But again, a part of me would say very much go for lightning war. I mean, he's really got so much infantry that he really should consider going for lightning war. In that case, he should also consider getting some munitions caches up to support it. Part of it also sort of help maybe pay for some Stuka close air support, whilst the other abilities, which are also munitions heavy.
We are upgraded. Flamethrower standing by.
And there you go, Strafniki attacking, and a larger force of some light irregular support. It is one a bit of trouble. Need to get away. They are in fact out in the open. Attempt that rifle grenade, but that really didn't work out. Neither any armoured support. There looks like RedxWings is getting a bit cautious there about what his opponent's got on the field. They might bring out here versus RedxWings. T-70 sneaking up. And there you go, bring up the Grenadiers, flanking in. Whoa, some very nice hits there. Might get a Grenadier squad. They've wiped already. Another one. He's getting another one. How many does Garzia need? I mean, this is extremely rare to see someone go for that many Grenadiers in any one fight. I really have to wonder what Garzia's thoughts are behind this, because it's rather bordering a bit on lunacy. But anyways, time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation here, Garzia is, as you might be noticing, adding in a ton of infantry. He's got Pack 40s, he's got Panzer Rex, but overall he's just flooding the field with troops, securing things, and I imagine in that regard he's trying to sort of push off his opponent, but at the same time it's also taking a lot of his population already, and in that regard, he's going to risk he's not going to have anything for armour. In particular, not a Tiger, so I'm not really sure here what Garcia's thinking. I'm not really confident in it being a very wise choice. Again, I rather think he should have been taking up there and gone for some Panzer Force, some Stuks to support all of this earlier. Maybe sends a few grenades instead, going for some caches. And again, overall, considering his force composition, he should go for lightning war, relief infantry, give air for the freeze would really be helpful for him. He could also then save up for some Stuka close air support to help deal with armour. For RedxWings, well, he's definitely getting outnumbered here a bit. He's getting hit with an opponent who's flooding the field quite severely. We also got a light machine gun there dropped, but I don't think anyone's going to pick that up right away. Looks like some irregulars dropped that one. So, what are RedxWings' options? I mean, he could go for another T-70 right now or another T-34-6. Either way, though, he should probably try and pressure the infantry as much as possible. Kill as many squads, try and wipe as much as possible. I mean, the more he can bleed out right now in Garzia, the better. And certainly, again, what Garzia has is a force that would be very excellent for bleeding up, for example, using T-70s. Otherwise, more mines. I mean, he's going to have to try and deal with all of this, because generally I imagine because he's going to sort of try and hit from as many angles as possible, in which case the tanks could hit here and there, slowly wipe things out. He should definitely aim towards wiping entire squads if possible, so another T-70 here would be a good choice. Of course, another thing, considering all the infantry is, of course, he could aim for a howitzer and that way sort of try to catch them, because there's a likelihood here that Garcia might bind some up too close, in which case a good artillery charge there, wipe a few squads, small victory there for Red Wings, so that's definitely also an option overall to consider. Otherwise, you know, he might want to consider saving up some rapid conscription that way, also quickly, you know, in some engagements, slowly gaining a bit of attritional favour there against Garcia. So that is definitely also something to consider. He might, of course, also think, you know, there might be a Tiger tank on the way, in which case he could go for the mechanized armor company and begin preparing H-85 to deal with that. So there are a few options there as well for Red Wings, but right now, I mean, he really should be considering pressuring all the infantry. Of course, the question is Red Wings really aware how much Garcia is just basically pouring in on infantry, because that's an awful lot. By now, that's 8. That is extremely rare to actually see a Wehrmacht plane, particularly the way that Garcia is doing it. Usually you see just, you know, all in one go, but no, he's sort of just slowly adding in more and more. Which does also overall strike me as a bit peculiar. Got a demo charge going down there. Got a light machine gun there, grabbed from the ruins of the church. Point team secured. Overall, Red Wings doing what they can to secure the fuel points as well. Not bad. He could definitely get another T-34-76 now. Or he could aim for a howitzer if that is what he wanted. The question is, what will Red Wings' decision be? Mortar fire going down. There's a bit of trouble with the T-34-76. Looks like Red Wings might be aiming there for the howitzer. Indeed, we just saw a huge drop in manpower, so that's clearly the gun howitzer in the way, and wipe. So there we go. You'll see it just a bit short on our infantry. You got Telemines there. Garcia clearly worried about enemy armoured assaults. Of course, his opponent does have a large amount of tanks there, so, well, at least larger than Garcia. The howitzer is also definitely going to make things a bit more awkward for all that infantry that Garcia is in possession of. A few good hits there could definitely leave Garcia crippled. He now actually has gone for lightning roll, by the way. I definitely feel like he could have gone for it earlier to a much better effect. More mines there. Red Wings not missing a beat either. Howitzer almost there. Almost. There we go. Almost. Which point Red Wings can now begin to give Garcia a bit more of a threat in some regards, who is clearly now just aiming for Tiger, which I do feel it's a bit lazy from Garcia, but then again Garcia is slightly different character in some regards, and he does, it seems, love to sort of go heavy on the infantry. Oh, we got the howitzer firing there. I'm not sure what he's trying to hit here, maybe the Pak-40. I mean, certainly if we get rid of the Pak-40, that would give more room for his tanks and to the T-70, which really, considering the current force that Garcia has, would be the best weapon. If he could just actually hit something. Looks like poor Heinz died of a heart attack there. 9-9, big explosion, my heart, it can't handle it. It looks like basically Garcia is digging into the village centre, but with a lot of infantry rather close to each other again. That's, considering there's a howitzer up, that's kinda begging for it. Panzer's then a bit of trouble, but still again so is the T-70, considering the Panzer has got Panzer Schrecks. Except the Pentagon, it just can't hit. Which I suppose is more relief for the crew inside the tiny tank. There we go, got a T-34-76 on the way more. There's going to be several tanks there versus garzia. Going to be some time here before the howitzer though is ready to fire again, though not too long actually. Question is, where will his next strike land? We actually hope to crush and destroy the enemies of the Soviet people.
We have an isolated sector.
Will it happen? Will it not? What shall happen, RedxWings? Will you fire the howitzer? Oh, might get a wipe there. Or not. Close there though, close. Grenades there, T-70 sneaking in, needs to be careful that we've got Pack 40 standing up to deal with it. Ooh. Ones with the light machine gun before being run off. Still quite a few tanks there for RedxWings. He needs to keep up the pressure though, and soon he's going to be hit by Tiger tanks. And again, because he has slowly been building up there, despite, you know, I mean, I think he could have done better. Again, had he just played for medium arm, but again, he seems to have been rather caught up and just going for tons of infantry than a Tiger. You do got to be careful for the freeze actor being added now. There you go. Tiger by right. Howitzer not shooting. Clearly he's lacking a good target there and doesn't want to waste shots. Good approach there. Some players do like a bit too much just firing into the blind, which actually ends up wasting time and the potential for just getting off a really good strike. But the Tiger's here. And what RedxWings has to deal with is two T-3406s, a T-70 and a few anti-tank grenades there from his remaining irregular unit. And there we go, first encounter here with the Tiger, ends up not very good initially for the T-34, half health already. Panzerschrecks joining in, shot one off there. And that T-3406 trying to circle about there, but apparently he forgot about that Pack 40. The assault, as you might have noticed, wasn't pretty. Shall we fire again, I think? Right, sorry about that. I've forgotten to clean out some disk space, so occasionally do that. When you're caught this much, you kind of have to do it regularly. Otherwise, you run very quickly out. And he's got the Tiger rolling in there. Stravnik in a bit of trouble. Response so far from RedxWings here seems to be basically just to avoid it, which is not entirely too insensible. How's it getting more beyond that? Two mortal crew members. He's in a bit of trouble. Panzerblast going off. Still getting some damage off the Grenadiers. And gaining veterancy too, though. No further kills there.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
Got another T-34-76 arriving for RedxWings in the fight here versus garzia. Still remains with quite the massive infantry force. Tripling forcing.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Question is, what will RedxWings do with all of this? He's certainly in a bit of a tricky position here.
The enemy is encroaching on our
There you go, T-34 getting off shot there. Mines going off. Grenadiers getting killed. Panzer... Oh! Didn't get it. Panzerfaust got more artillery going off here. Getting some more kills actually. Six, and we also got veterans one opening up for a precision strike. So there we go, a bit more damage there versus garzia's Kampfgruppe. Got more mines here, clearly worried about a direct strike towards his face here from the Tiger. I imagine versus the howitzer as well. I was about to call it the pack howitzer, but that's not it. That's a bit too big. More kills there from the T-34-76, and looks like we got some damage there. Looks like a mine went off. Down to half health. There might be a small chance here for RedxWings to do something with it, or against it. However you look at it. There we go. Panzerschreck's firing. Lots of troops there coming up. We got a bit of G43 and DP fire. Strafniki doing what they can, but getting pushed off. Not looking too good. Unit lost here 4. RedxWings in the fight. And there we go. Got the artillery bang down on the Tiger itself.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Those several shots end up missing there. Also got, by the way, the recon mode down the T-70. Clearly he's worried about direct rush. He's trying to sort of keep as much aware about that to sort of guard against it. Though right now this is probably not with the Panzergers about there with the T-70. Looks like he's shifting away there, trying to draw away, or maybe even trying to flank about here and catch a Tiger from an angle he wasn't expecting. Head-on assault here through the road, and there we go. T-34 is getting flanked there. Irregulars landing in. Pioneers, they're forced away. The Tiger's still down. He's got another T-34 going. We've got a Pack 40 moving up. There we go. Tiger almost down. Pack 40 is firing, but they might actually get cleared out. And there we go. More hits. T-34 almost down. There we go. Tiger, though, is wrecked. T-34 with the main gun to start other T-34 with a damaged engine. Assault here, though, succeeded. The Germans were forced away. We got a weapon in drop. Looks like a DP. Pack folded there, closer getting wrecked, and there you go, T-34 down.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
Artillery ready to fire another barrage. On the other hand, garzia just needs some manpower and call in another Tiger. Alright, here would be a good target. So much infantry close to each other. Got the pack crew. Otherwise, a precision attack probably wouldn't work. You wouldn't know where it was. Either way, getting a few kills there. T-70 joining in. DP secured by the Grenadiers. Got the rest of them across straight from the T-70, and there you go. Kills inflicted. 12. 14. Got Strafniki there.
Our territory is falling into enemy.
They could, I think, wiped out some of these retreating squads, but I think lost an opportunity there. Even then, we got one wipe there. Because his infantry is beginning to bleed out quite severely. And if he wants the Tiger, he can't actually immediately reinforce it. Otherwise, he's going to have to spend a lot of manpower on that. So in that regard, there's a bit of limitation there. And that actually gives some breathing space there for RedxWings. Though, of course, now it's a question for RedxWings to gain back as much territory as possible. We've got another T-34 there on the way. More engineers arriving on top of everything.
Engineers ready for assignment.
Well, again, there's not a single reinforcer. They're just basically getting healed. And again, he's waiting for the Tiger before doing anything else. Mortar crew then a bit of trouble. Close to veterans who flee for the T-70, and both Pack 40 are by well secured by RedxWings, giving him some more heavy anti-tank firepower there versus the fascists. And we go, this second Tiger has been sent forth to support the Kampfgruppe. Is this standing about? Oh, the Tiger moves on. I imagine now the reinforcements will begin happening. Bit by bit. But again, in that team, meanwhile, he's only given RedxWings a chance here to sort of grab back a lot of territory. And there we go. T-70, though, in some rather deep trouble. And there we go. No chance of survival there with that close encounter of a Tiger tank.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
We got secure. We got the howitzer firing, actually trying to catch a Tiger. I think that's a bit awfully confident there, I think, by RedxWings. Well, it is very close to veterans too. Tiger on the move. Breaking trees. Looks like he's planning an assault through there. That's actually pretty rare to see. Normally you not see that kind of a base assault, but looks like garzia is actually going for it. I wonder why. And certainly sending in your Tiger alone into your opponent's base is a highly risky maneuver, in particular if you don't have a doctrine that gets already properly support anything He doesn't. He's got the anti-tank strafe, but that's about it. I'm not entirely sure here what Garzia is envisioning by striking with his tiger into the opponent's base. Maybe something to catch the howitzer off guard and wreck it. Just get some easy kills, who knows? But he's going straight through here and straight into the mines. And into the line of fire of both Pack 40s. There we go, Tiger wrecked. Not entirely sure that what Garzia was thinking, but it really didn't work out. Now there's not a lot left here. I mean, he could aim for another Tiger tank. He's got the fuel for it. But no, in the end, Garzia left. The battle is over. Victory here for the Soviet Union. A loss for the Wehrmacht, a loss for Garzia. Definitely a bit of an odd sort of strategy here played by him. And he got, in part again, you know, that was probably also, you know, all the infantry, but not really sort of anything to sort of properly support it, keeping it very static, very contained in that regard, giving RedxWings a bit to work with then, particularly the T-70, which overall sort of negate a bit the part, you know, where he had all that infantry. So in that regard, you know, I think that was a mistake there by Garzia, and I think he definitely should have gone for non-doctrinal armor rather than just playing for Tigers. Had he gone for some medium armor sort of support initially and some just a couple of Stooks if he wanted the cheapest, I think he could have done a lot better, and I think he might actually have been able to have won this. But rather he didn't, he just waited for the Tigers, and that rather gave RedxWings a lot of breathing space and also a lot of opportunity to deal with all the infantry, which is what he did. Also he made good use there of his T-70 in particular, so do a lot of damage there to Garzia's infantry, the mines and demo charges. Certainly also played their bit. As for doctrinal usage, neither player sort of really made super impressive use of it, both ended up pretty much using only 2 abilities. RedxWings, I think, could have used some rapid conscription, then he could have gotten use with the other abilities as well. I think that might have benefited him just a bit. But otherwise, a nice place by him, though. Kept all of the pressure, kept moving about, didn't just, you know, try to sort of attack the strongest point available, just, you know, kept hitting here and there, trying to sort of keep Garzia running all over the place, catching units off guard and wiping them that way. And certainly also handling that Tiger quite well, despite, you know, initially at least sort of a bit lacking in options for dealing with it. Later on, though, of course, the Pack 40s made their job notably easier. So anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay on the some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Ancient. Cheers, and thank you all for watching. And we'll be seeing each other tomorrow, I hope. So, see you then. Bye.